everyone. Welcome to Access and welcome to our 43rd annual Walk for Good Food. My name is Christina Swinney. I am the co-executive director here at Access.
And I am Emma Garcia, also a co-executive director at Access.
Access of West Michigan coordinates this Walk for Good Food and many other county-wide initiatives with the mission of cultivating holistic solutions to poverty. By walking with us over the next 10 days, you are supporting the work of 8 agencies working alongside us to create a thriving food system.
Right now, inequities in our food system are heightened as the most vulnerable in our community are impacted by COVID-19 through loss of income, access to meals, and more. We need a good food system that functions for everyone, especially in times of crisis. The nonprofit organizations receiving funding from this year's walk need your support in this difficult season as we work together to create a thriving food system for all.
This year, we are gathering virtually so that we can all walk and we can all stay safe. You all know that this community is walking through an uncertain season right now. Stress is high, the fear of COVID is high, and the fear for the economy is battling for space in our brains. So let's use this walk as a needed breath of fresh air. The walk has been a walk of solidarity and hope over the years. And now, over the next 10 days, as you walk, remember that we as a community can make a difference. We can make a positive impact. We can walk through this COVID-19 season and come out stronger.
Speaking of making a difference, here are our friends Scott Hoffman and Lamar Jackson, who are making a difference in their community and are joining us today for a Walk for Good Food spoken word.
Yo, what's up, y'all? It's your 2 favorite poets. Over there, we got your boy Scott. Don't hassle the Hoffman.
This is Lamar, the poet, if you didn't know it, and he's got the AKAs. Out of all the AKAs, he can say some now.
Yeah, for days.
For days. And, so I'm going to intro us. This is our poem, Good Food. We did this at the last Access Walk, so we just want to give you a little motivation here to get outside and to walk around the block, however far you can make it. Let's go.
Yeah. When I was a young boy, my mama sat me down and taught me how to play. When I was a young boy, my mama would sit me down and teach me how to pray. She would say, good food, good meat, let's eat. So
food for thought.
I used to think a lot, but never got food for my thoughts. Allow me to blend your hearts. If you need a processor to process this, no need for a pro to proceed, but allow me to assist. Too many haves and have-nots. So much bread in this world that we could all have a lot.
I think that's biblical.
As if to look back would turn us all into a pillar of salt. Food for thought.
This isn't politics, it's honesty. A new young mother's got mouths to feed, and when she chooses between good food to eat and infant milk, that's poverty. Between the farmers and the families of what should make up our democracy,
we've worked the dirt God breathed on
and made a fallen human economy.
Imago Dei.
Imagine days with no good food but still mouths to feed. Teeth cracking over Orville, Redenbacher extra butter but not groceries.
Oh my God.
Man-made famines and food deserts while some eat abundantly. Imagine that anomaly.
Food for thought.
Imagine drive-through lines. Then imagine dollar signs. Then imagine an immaculately engineered food enterprise selling 75 burgers per second. That's McDonald's worldwide.
That's a real statistic.
But when we imagine health food in corner stores, we seem to have a hard time.
Somehow that's just too optimistic.
Since we can't make the invisible hand give handouts, hands up, we quit before we've even tried. So food for thought.
Imagine breakfast on every table and extra chairs for those who have no table. Metaphorical for the key is access.
That could be granted.
That enables the communities that are unable to have. Two halves make a whole, and whole equals full. Imagine if we gave away our areas of privilege, not just as an ideal, so that everyone could share this meal.
Somehow that's too pessimistic. If looking back could really turn us into a pillar of salt,
At least then we could flavor the earth, and the meek could savor the burst of the fruit we produce, and I hope it's delicious. A community where everyone looks out for each other doesn't have to be fictitious.
Vicious is if we don't advocate for others in places we have privilege.
Teach your seeds, and not too long from now, the apple won't fall too far from the tree.
Mr. Jackson, what's the point of your soliloquy?
Well, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. Out of the abundance of the earth, we reap. So this seed that I plant, I hope will grow into a heart that is just, red, delicious, seeking the benefit of US.
There is no them.
In this case, we'll never win the fight if it isn't fought. So this is the reason you walk. You walk because we need to put actions to our thoughts. Can we give you some food for thought? Let these words be nourishment for your movement, reasoning behind what each move meant.
So let's walk. Because good food isn't an order at a drive-up windowsill. It's the methodical march of making healthy living more accessible. It isn't a petition or a post to turn up decibels.
But you should still turn up, though.
It's guarding your community with good food to eat like sentinels. So let's walk. Because it's what you do every day. For a change to come, it means you got to live a certain way. You got to preach through practice. You got to move like you pray. Your body walking up to Jesus, who's that mother who can't pay for the food her children need that isn't made by Frito-Lay. So let's walk. Because good food is worth the walk every day.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Peace.
Thank you, Scott and Lamar. We're excited to share the recipients from this year's Walk for Good Food. All are working to create a good food system that is fair, affordable, healthy, and green. The recipient organizations are the Kent County Food Policy Council, UCOM, North End Wellness Coalition, Our Kitchen Table, Revive and Thrive Project, CCOM Resource Center, St. Mark's Episcopal Church, and Access of West Michigan.
We are so thankful this season to have such wonderful sponsors. You can find all of our sponsor lists online on our website and also check us out on social media. We want to specifically point out our top level sponsors, Spartan Nash, the local church Grand Rapids, and Spectrum Health. Now what you've been waiting for, a little music from our friend John at Local Spins.
I'm John Sinkovich, editor and publisher of the localspins.com website, and I want to thank you for taking part in the Access Walk for Good Food. And for a little inspiration, here's my take on a ditty by Dire Straits. We do the walk for the hungry in a city. We do the walk for good food. We do the walk of life. We do the walk of life. We do the walk of life. Thanks so much.
I'd like to introduce one of our board members at Access, Margarita Solis Deal from the Dominican Center here in Grand Rapids. Margarita will share a blessing for us as we begin this 10-day walk.
As we start the walk for good food, let us quiet ourselves for a blessing. Ever-present God, source of all compassion and love, may we notice you in every step as we walk. Let every step give us pause to notice you in the homes we pass by, in the sun, in the rain, and in the wind, in every bird that chirps, every tree we see, every flower in bloom, and in every living thing. Let every step give us pause to notice you. Let every step give us pause to notice you. Have a good walk, everybody.
Is everybody ready to walk? Grab your shoes. Let's go.